as everyone's been punting in the past decade, Africa is treated as the last growth frontier. And obviously, the question is asked often: is this real growth that we're seeing? And I think if one looks at the GDP growth stats over the past decade, certainly you can see that that there is real growth there. I think in the decade 2000 to 2010, 6 of the fastest growing economies in the world were in sub-Saharan Africa, with an average GDP growth of 8.63%. From 2011 to 2015, I think 7 of the top 10 are expected to be from Africa. So certainly the growth is there. Granted, it's coming from a very low base. So obviously you would see growth rates higher than those for more developed economies. If you look at the last World Bank economic outlook, it notes that consumer demand has grown relatively rapidly in the past few years in Africa, supported by solid real growth in incomes. So, per capita incomes rose by an average of 2.3% in the last 10 years, and as a result, as of 2012, 21 of the sub-Saharan African economies or countries were classified as middle income. So that expenditure is expected to translate into higher disposable incomes, which in turn is supposed to drive economic growth. So that's why we've seen a lot of interest in the whole demographic dividend story. Africa's population is expected to double by 2050 to 2 billion from its current levels. So you're going to find that there are a lot more people of working class age and less younger children, and less retired people coming through the economy. So the urbanization rates are expected to increase, and all of that is supposed to feed into this whole consumer story. Concerns are there that is there a trickle down effect? A lot of the income that's being generated is that across the board, is it broad based? And I think those concerns are valid. But in our view, over time, we do expect that as the economies start opening up more, as governments support small and medium enterprises more, as the continent looks to trade more with itself, we expect to see that becoming a lot more broad based.